Hello everybody, it's Glass Half Dead here with the second ever Intel drop. That's right, it's January the 24th when you're seeing this, week 2 of my Intel drop. For those of you unaware, the Intel drop is just, I'm going to talk about tournaments that have just occurred, which is why this is on Tuesday, because the tournaments have to have finished in the latest time zone possible, and then I have to update my slides. So I can't do it Mondays, which will be a much better day. I'm going to talk about some community news, if there is any. Obviously, this week there is Arbites. Also, pronunciation guide. Arbites, Arbites, Arbites. I'll let you know. Redacted, as you see on the slide, the thumbnail here. I don't know what that is. That means I can talk about anything I want. Inevitably, that probably means my game's played, some hobby, and then upcoming tournaments. This is only the second version of the Intel drop. Please, if you have ideas for format changes, do let me know. I'd like to make it as easy to digest and useful as possible. My general vibe is that I want to let people know that there are tournaments happening near them, okay? I want people to find communities and play more games. That's literally it. With that said, let's dive. If you do see a tournament here that you weren't aware was happening and is in your area, I am just finding all of these on BCP, so you should be able to find whatever that is, wherever it may be. Since the last version, the last week, I did ask some people, you know, hey, shout out, if you're a local TO or whatever, please get in contact on my Discord. I have an Intel drop channel. Go ahead and post your event for the previous week if you want to give us like an update or like drop a video or a little few pictures. That'd be great. A little tournament recap. Awesome. I'll read it out for you. We do have 3 people that did that, so let's get through those. And if you have one coming up the next weekend, let me know. And again, if you want to put in any info, I will read that out for you. Let's get cracking. So, firstly first, we see Silverdale here up in Washington cancelled. Normally, that would mean I wouldn't put it on the slide, but I make these slides like the week before, and then I just update them with the results, so I guess nothing happened there. St. Louis. Big ol' St. Lou. Double Legionary and Hunter Clade. It was a 12-man tournament. Legionary came first and second, and then Hunter Clade was third. Now, bit of a... We come to the thing I can't pronounce in a moment. Down at the bottom left, Fayetteville? I'm struggling with these. How can I not pronounce the American names like worse than the European names? Whatever. Only a five-man event, but it was Intercession, Breachers, and Starstriders. First, second, third. College Station in Texas. Let me tell you this. When I saw that as the town name, I thought, that can't be the name of a town. That is the name of a town. It was a 10-man tournament. Death Guard came first. Recruit Mercenaries came second. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's a compendium tournament. But Pathfinders came third. So no, that's just a crazy meta they've got down in College Station in Texas. We then have New York that were 8 people, 8-player tournament with Intercession first, Novitiates second, and Commandos third. We are going to get into the rest of them. However, let's talk about Coriopolis. I'm just going to say it. Let's just assume that's correct. This was a 12-man event. Legionary took it. Warp Coven came second, and Breachers came third. The player who was playing Warp Coven is a guy called Rafi, who let me know in my Discord that he has a YouTube channel called Warhammer, and they took a little video. Hold on. What have I done? I meant to get myself off. Okay, alright, yeah, I'm not meant to be on screen. I do apologise. There you go. This is much better. There we go. But yep, they got in touch and said, hey, this is the event we went to. Do you want to check it out? I said, yep, thank you. And they took us, they gave us a little update. This is just a nice little 30-second video. Isn't that delightful? This is what the local event looked like. As a European player, lovely big tables, lots of space, really like to see it, very cool. Again, Legionary took first, Warp Coven second, great to see the Warp Coven doing okay. I'm going to take full credit for that one, I think, even though this was played before my Warp Coven thing came out, so all good. And then, whatever came third. Lovely stuff. So big thanks to Swallhammer for sending this over. I just think it's nice that people can see the community and see what's there. Hey, if you go to Coriopolis, where this event was ran by a guy called Mike, that would be what it looks like. It looks like a very nice place to play. Let's get over to ye olde Europe. Sandy Acre? That's in the UK apparently. Who knew? 10-person event. Gelpox took it. Farstalker second. Kassakin third. Well done on Kassakin third. Very nice. Madrid had 13 players. Now this was Intercession first, Starstrider second, Legionary third. If you're looking for any kind of correlations here, Intercession first, Starstrider second happened a lot. But you know, let's look at the next one, shall we? Catalonia, 15 players, Intercession first, Starstrider second, Imperial Guard third. You never know. Do they mean Imperial Guard, or was this someone that didn't know that Vet Guard was an option on BCP? Gran Canaria, brace yourselves for this one, 11-man tournament, Intercession first, Starstrider second, Hyrotech Circle third. So, very interestingly, 3 of the 4 events in Spain were Intercession first, Starstrider second. Interesting. Great job, Hyrotech third. We'll get on to my game soon when it comes to Hyrotech, and let me tell you this, I won't be taking third in any tournaments of any size. Even if it was against myself, I'd probably just concede. Let the TO take first. We then have Mercia, a 7-man event. Breachers first, Novitiate second, Intercession third. Cool. Bedford over in England, they're hidden. They didn't unlock the BCP results, so I don't know who took that. This was a bit of an odd tournament though. They did come into my Discord and mention some things. It was a 2-day event, and it was based at beginners, but it was a 2-day event, and kind of you had to bring your own terrain, and it was 6-man though. I know that Canuola Crit went to that, so he probably won at the beginner event, so that's stomp some noobs, I guess. Why not? We then have Stockholm, 8-player event, Warp Coven first. Again, I'm just going to take full credit for that. Yeah, it's mine, basically. Corsairs second, Pathfinders third. Again, great to see the Nords playing some tabletop games. For some reason, don't know if you guys have noticed this, the Nordic countries really big on board games, not so big on tabletop games, like war games. I don't know why. Anyway, we then have Warsaw. I'm going to give you a little bit more information about Warsaw after the break, but it was a 37-player. Vetguard took it. Starstrider second, Hunter Clade third. Rome had a tiny little event there with 4 players, Breachers, Kassakin, and Demons. Very cool. Oh, and then, sorry, the 5th event in Spain this weekend was, are you ready for it? Torre d'Embarra. No, wait, they don't roll. Do they roll their R's? Probably. Yeah, they do. Okay. Torre d'Embarra. I can't roll my R's. With 10 players, Novitiates, Corsairs, Legionary. Lovely jubbly. We will discuss Warsaw in a mo, but instead we're going to go on to, and rest of the world. What have they been up to, the crazy guys? Oh yeah, okay. Ciudad in Mexico, 10-man event, Starstriders, Legionary Intercession. We're seeing a lot of that. Miranda in Australia, 9-man, Starstriders, Hunterclade, Void Dancers. Yokohama, Japan, 10 players, Legionary, Preachers, Void Dancers. Great to see Japan getting some play there. Finally, Calgary, Canada. I'm going to be heading that way soon, not to Calgary, but to Vancouver. But a 70-man event with Farstalkers, High Fleet, and Space Marine. And again, we just have to ask, did the Space Marine player actually play Space Marines? Or did he not know that Intercession was an option? Literally no way to know. And of course, guys, if you are a subscriber to my channel, I would like to give you a big double hello. Wow, such wholesomeness. If you like the crazy things that I'm doing here, hold on. Wait. Yay! If you like what I'm doing here, guys, consider dropping a like, a subscribe, And, you know, if you want more double hellos, you do have to subscribe. I'll let you know that. I've also got some merch. I'm wearing it here. I'm wearing it in the picture above. Super weird. I know. I have a Discord. If you're some sort of TO or you're into events or you want to find local players, consider joining my Discord. Also, check the pinned comment. What do we have there? We have the Kill Team Player Locator. Tournament scare, you just go there. You can drop a pin. It will be you. You can put your contact details, or Discord, email, whatever, where you live or where you want to play games. And maybe you'll even find some other players that has nothing to do with me. It's just a really good way to find players. There's over 800 pins now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be able to find somebody near you. Also, again, the best thing you can do for a small YouTuber like me is just watch the whole video. You don't have to click on the ads, but if you could let them play, that'd be awesome. And if you really, really, really like what I do here, as I try to support the Kill Team community, you can consider supporting me on Patreon. Let's get into community news. Oh, I clicked a thing and it didn't go anywhere. Nice. Preview. I can leave the screen. We don't need to see me. So this was going to... Look, if I had nothing else going on in my life, I would have given this a video, okay? But it's one model. And it's really hard to make an engaging model based on one model. Yeah. So anyway, this is pretty much guaranteed to be the Arbites dog, right? Oddly, it's called a canine RVR hound, I think. So Rover, which of course is a very common name for dogs. Cool. I'm going to be honest, like, hey, okay, look. Cool pets are nice. I'm up for it. Cool. Looking at the Arbites team, it's going to give you some sort of additional flavour. Presumably, because all hounds and dogs and stuff are like, they're going to be 4-circle move, which is going to give you some speed, which would be nice. It will probably have the fetch or whatever it's called ability, and that's probably it. It's probably going to have like 5 health, 5 up save, and just be a bit crap. But yeah, action monkey. Oh, it won't be able to perform mission actions as well. There you go. That's pretty much what dogs do in Kill Team. Cool. And obviously, on the off chance you're unaware, it seems like, so we've been told that there's going to be a Kill Team reveal at Las Vegas Open. It's happening. Oh, well, obviously you can see it on screen right here. I'm going to be waking up very early on Friday 27th, aka 7 a.m. I'm not waking up at 6 a.m. So I can see on the Warcom article after it's all been posted online, and I'm going to be immediately doing a video where you can go ahead and I'll see what they reveal. Fingers crossed, we're going to be getting all of Soul Shackle revealed. I'm really excited to see what that is. Okay, and with that said, let's get back to the news. So I said I was going to go back to Warsaw, and sure enough, Warsaw, the drop zone guys over there dropped me a nice little stat circle here, which is very nice of them. This is just a little breakdown of the factions that went there. We see Hunter Clade with 5, Commandos with 6. Not too shabby. Honestly, the biggest thing for me here that's a little bit crazy is that Intercession Squad and Warp Coven both had the same number of players, which is a bit crazy. And because Intercession Squad is infinitely more popular than Warp Coven, and Legionaries at 2. Guys, Intercession Squad is far and away the most played faction. Legionaries is the second most played faction. For them to have such a low representation here, really interesting. Amusingly, Hyrotech Circle just as represented as Pathfinders there. Quite funny. Let's have a quick look at some of the Warsaw. It's not the Warsaw Masters, but that's what I'm calling it apparently. The Warsaw event looks lovely. Now I got a few close-ups here because if you look at the guy on the left here, I did meet him when I went out there. You see he's not looking at his opponent, who is clearly explaining why he's about to lose this game. He's looking past the opponent. This is the look of a man that is barely holding on. But this is the look of a man that is about to lose control. This is, I mean, that look. This guy is about to... I cannot confirm or deny if his opponent managed to actually walk out of the event. Godspeed. On the left here is, I believe, the guy that came second. His name is Lucas. This guy's name is also Lucas. This is Lucas. There are 3 Lucas. He's also Lucas. This is Lucas. This is Lucas. This is Lucas. I'm not, good for them. And this is, again, I just like taking pictures or, posting pictures of people that look like they've just lost it all or are about to lose it all. But this is Matush. We've had him on the channel. Seems to be best player in Poland, and sure enough, he took it again with Vet Guard, showing that they are still at the absolute tippity top of the meta when you know how to play them well. I assume he's considering why he's so good at the game. That's the only thing he can consider there. Go check Drop Zone out if you want on Facebook. They do have a podcast, but that is Polish only, so obviously nobody speaks that language. But they have a Facebook where they do post in English. They give you some nice stats, much more than I gave you here. I believe this ended up being 44 players. It was in Warsaw. It was the first Drop Zone event of the year. The next one is going to be in April, the 22nd and 23rd. That's right, it is a 7-round event. The next one will be, and this one was as well. Can you imagine a 7-round event? My God. It was 50-50 open and into the dark. Cool. We then get on to Redacted. That's right, it's me and my games and my hobby. Haha. Hold in there. We are getting to the upcoming tournaments, don't worry. I'm still on my Hyrotech Circle kick. I'm still losing as well. Today I played Hyrotech Circle into Wormblade. Oh, sorry, I actually won. But I felt like I lost. Hyrotech Circle, man, I'm not gelling with them. And let me tell you for why. But also why I played them. So obviously I was thinking of playing them because I wanted to take a bad team and do well with them against some new players when I go to play on tabletop in February to Vancouver there. However, I'm not a good enough player to say that I could ever, like, convincingly, yes, I know I can beat Intercession, even when the Intercession player is probably a worse player than myself. So I'm getting a little bit concerned, to be honest with you. I'm learning a lot, though. I'm learning a lot. I don't think Hyrotech Circle are going to be the faction that I take over to play on tabletop. However, one of the things I'm learning is 2 things. Firstly, the reason I'm playing Hyrotech Circle now is because I've played so many games with them. I actually know them, and that's quite comforting. And so although I know I need to go and pick another team, I don't really want to play another team because I'd have to go back to using Wikipedia and scroll through, like, have it constantly open as I play the games. I quite like knowing Hyrotech Circle enough that I don't need to look at the rules. Also, I just saw there in the bottom left corner, we see my Drop Zone dice, which were very kindly given. I was given 6 of them when I went out to Poland, and they gave me 6 dice. They are now the dice that I use. I quite like them. No idea what colour they are, but they're a bit shiny, so that's nice. Anyway, Hyrotech Circle, the other thing I'm learning is... this was my opponent's Wormblade. Grey models. And this is my Chronomancer off the board turn 2, because I'm a scrub player. Anyway, whatever, here's what it is. But the main thing I want to... I'm learning things about myself here as I play more and more of the game. Because luckily, I'm lucky enough now to have a regular play group. I'm playing, it seems to be twice a week at the moment, which is pretty good going for me. And something I'm learning here is that as I play Hyrotech Circle, even though they have, like, their guns are good, right? Like, they're not bad. You've got a 4/5 AP1 damage gun, or you could go the splash version instead. It's not bad. But I've got to be honest with you, I really, really miss melee. Like, yeah, I'm really missing melee. And so, as I'm looking at other teams, I'm strongly considering not an all melee faction, but I'm strongly considering a team that can bring melee to the table. So, and I think, I hate to say it, but I think that actually if I would sit down and say, okay, what team is actually going to do everything I want it to do, I think it would probably be Hunterclade. They've got some great shooting, they've got some great melee, great faction. I'm not going to play Hunterclade, even though I actually already have them, but yeah, there you go. Honestly, I have my fingers crossed for Drukhari and Arbites. Oh my god, I forgot to do the pronunciation guide. I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm going to do that right now. Hello, welcome. This is Glass Half Dead giving you the pronunciation guide of the Arbites, Arbites, or Arbites. Let's just get it out of the way first. It is not Arbites. Yep, there you go. So this is based in Latin, you know, Pig Latin, whatever. And okay, so I'm gonna say this now. I don't know. However, I do know that Arbites and Arbites are both valid ways to potentially phrase it. And if you think over to Custodes, you know, Adeptus Custodes, the way you pronounce Custodes or Custodes is the same way that you would pronounce Arbites or Arbites. So if you say Adeptus Custodes, then you should say Arbites. And if you say Adeptus Custodes, then you should say Arbites. It is never Adeptus Custodes, and it is never Arbites. Thank you. This has been something. Okay, right, yeah, moving on. I've been doing a bunch of hobby recently. You know, when we saw that Drukhari model drop, I just got super hyped on Drukhari for no particular reason. And so I put together a bunch of Incubi crossed with Cabalite Warriors, crossed with Scourges, did a bunch of swaps, and I decided to make a Phobos team out of Drukhari. So I, you know, put them together, put them on 32mm bases, raised them up with a nice bit of cork there, and there you go. Homunculus is obviously a medic, Archon is obviously the sergeant, everybody else is pretty obvious. I would hope the Scourges, they are obviously all Reavers, Archon, Sergeant. Who we got here? Guy with the Shredder, that's the special gun. So what's that? Well, that's your veteran. Okay, this is a bad angle. Guy with the... he's got a banner. That's your comms. Then over here, guy holding a bunch of... obviously, these guys are not finished. Guy holding a bunch of, like, potions and grenades in his hand. That's your demo. Oh, and that little marker there would be his mine marker. Dude with the Dark Lance, obviously a marksman. Oh, I've cut it off a little bit here, and I haven't done his base. But dude with the bird, the Pekra bird from the Kroot, there is obviously your Foxbreaker, and then the medic. There you go, that was a little bit of fun. Oh, and yeah, like I said, hyped on Drukhari. So, hyped on Drukhari, what am I doing these guys as? Why do I have a bunch of Helions here, glued to bases? These are going to be my Void Dancers, yeah. I feel like, because I'm so hyped on proxies at the moment, I need to do another proxy video, but basically, with these guys, with this team, obviously you have the option of a kiss, a blade, an embrace, and something else. And basically, I would always say all of them have the same melee weapon, okay? So it doesn't actually matter from a proxy perspective what their melee weapon is that they're holding, because I would just say all of them are the one thing. Now I did then do, one of them has a blast pistol, one of them has a special pistol. So if I want to do, this is, you know, these are the pistols, they are the actual pistol, so the blast pistol and a special pistol. And then, not the best angle to see it, but the Death Jester is just in the middle on the left there. That's a Succubus, who's been given a Scourge's Haywire gun, and it's super tall, so I'm definitely putting myself... these are huge models compared to Harlequins. And then I took Lilith Hesperax on a big thing there, who's going to be the Shadows there. There you go. And then, as you may know, I've got a little bit of a thing for the Warp Coven at the moment. But you know what I like more than Warp Coven? Grey Knights. And you know what I like more than Grey Knights? Grey Knights that aren't teeny tiny models. So, yeah, there you go. The three at the front are Alaris Terminators from the Custodes, who have been swapped out for Grey Knights, and they're going to be sorcerers. So it's a Grey Knight Custodes kit bash that will proxy as Grey Knights, that will proxy as Warp Coven. Makes total sense. Guys in the back there are Custodes Wardens, and they do have the correct gear. Like, they have Storm Bolters, because I'm proxying them as Grey Knights. And then, of course, Storm Bolters, when proxied into Warp Coven, would be the Rubrics. And the gunner has, like, the Psy Cannon, who, of course, would then be a Soul Reaper Cannon. Like, they have what they have. The guy on the right there has a Demon, which it comes from the Grey Knight kit. That's the Mutant Appendage. The guy on the left is on some rocks. He's got Fly, and he's got 2 melee weapons. This all makes sense. The guy in the middle there, the Sorcerer there, has the Heavy Incinerator on his arm. That means he gets the Warp Flame pistol. It all tracks. Then I just did some close-ups because, I don't know, I'm pretty hyped on them. Obviously, they're not painted yet. I've got to be honest, if I were to redo these and I had extra bits, the Rubrics at the back, I would put the smaller Strike Squad helmets on, as opposed to the Terminator heads. Okay, wow. Ooh, okay, good redacted section. Let's power through. This has been taken way too long. We're looking at the tournaments for next weekend now. Guys, it's a huge weekend. So 28th, 29th of January, Las Vegas Open. We all know this is coming, obviously, because I just brought it up when it comes to the news. So this has multiple pods happening on the Friday. I believe it has 5 pods of 20. Is that right? Maybe. And then it's a huge 100-person tournament, basically. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. I'm really curious what's going to win it. No idea, but that's one to watch. It is being live streamed, which is awesome. One of the things I've always said is that something that's really quite fun when you can't be at the event yourself is watching and following along on the live stream, and you can see other people there. You know, Kill Team live streaming isn't some huge event, right? You're not going to draw many eyes, but the 100 people or so that are there, they're really into Kill Team, and that's really cool. We've also got Texas, Abilene, Ellicott City for, I don't even know where that is. Christ. Hamilton Town, again. There's too many states there, I don't know what's happening. And Phoenixville in Pennsylvania. Again, you can find all of these on BCP. We then go over to Europe. We've got, I'm going to say Blekinge. That's in Sweden. London is the Dark Sphere tournament. Madrid has 2 big events, which we're about to talk about. And Galicia has another one. Now, I haven't, obviously, because these events have yet to occur, this is just me giving you a heads up on them. I don't really know much about them. The only thing I know, and like, I didn't put how many, like, how big the tournament is, how many rounds, etc., because it could potentially change. For example, London at the moment is, I think, it has 25 players signed up on BCP, but that could change. And so there's not really much point in me putting 25 players now, because maybe by the time it goes live, 20 people drop out, and so, you know, it's not accurate. Or it gets more players, and I wouldn't want to do the disservice of saying it's a smaller event than it is. Regardless, London Dark Sphere tournament. However, we are actually about to talk about Madrid, because Ace reached out and he let me know about a few things in Madrid. There are 2 events occurring. On the left here, we have a team tournament. Hold on, let me get this right. So there are 2 events. One of them is a team tournament. One of them is a invitational. So the KT Legends is the invitational, and then the Battle X Realm is, of course, the team tournament. It is 18 teams with 64 people. So super cool. On the left there, as you can see, pretty much what you'd expect. Intercession Squad most taken, Legionary second most taken. Breachers, kind of, what are they called? Spain showing their their meta chasingness there, with Breaches being the third most taken. But interestingly then, Commandos, same as Hunterclade, same as Farstalker Kimblade. Kimblade? Kimband, I think. So, yeah, pretty cool. I don't really know the format for the team tournament there, but nice. And then, of course, on the right here, we have the Invitational. So, Breaches, most taken. Yep. Interestingly, Commandos seem to be being repped pretty well over there, which is great to see, because for a lot, Commandos really fell out of favor for a long time. Great to see them making a comeback. They're some of the best models out there, genuinely. I think everybody agrees. It's not some hot take. Let's be honest. And yep, 18 players. It's got all best of the best. They're gonna absolutely wreck face. Okay, and then we have the rest of the world, of course. Lima in Peru and Mortdale in Australia, both putting up tournaments. Not a huge amount going on for the rest of the world next weekend, but in fairness, we've got a major and an invitational in Madrid, and we've got LVO. I think we're gonna have enough to talk about. And that's that, chaps. If you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. Wow, I'm gonna wrap this up nice and quick, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. You were the true legends. Consider checking out the Kill Team player locator if you want to find people near you. Consider supporting me on Patreon if you like what I'm doing here. All that good stuff. My Vantage Point podcast will be coming back as an actual podcast soon, but if you just can't wait for those episodes, they are all available as videos to patrons only at the moment, but it will be free on the podcast soon, which of course will be audio only. Anyway, thank you so much. This will be the Intel drop shall be back next weekend, because you know that's what I do. That's it. This is a thing. If you have any ideas for a better format or better thing I could do, or if you think something's not quite engaging with what you want from a weekly news show for Kill Team, please do let me know. I already know it should be shorter. This took too long. I do apologize. My bad. This is not the desired 10-minute event. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. I just need to figure things out and how I'm actually presenting things. All right, thank you for watching, everybody. You're the greatest. I'm the greatest. Goodbye.